Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. My name is Tara. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back to the Grateful Gang, Gang, Gang. If you're new to this channel, on here we do budgeting as well as we're on my first time journey to home ownership. So if any of that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to make sure you see all my videos, don't forget to hit the notification bell. So today's video was a requested video. It was setting up a spreadsheet on Google Sheets. It's super easy, you guys. And I'm not going to set up the one like I have, but I'm just going to show you how to set up a general one, something really easy, simple, just to check your numbers. Because I think it's not the setup of the filling in the forms and the colors that people like. It's actually the formulas. So let me show you guys what I am talking about. 1 second. Okay, guys, so I just want to move myself out the way and then make it a tad bit bigger so you can see. So when you start a budget, so this is also going to be like setting up a easy, simple budget for anyone. You can do this on paper. I know a lot of people like to write things down because it sticks with them better. If you want to do this on paper, you can do it as well, or you can do it in Google Sheets. So what I would first do is start with your income. Basically, a budget is what you're bringing in minus what is coming out. And then you can work on things like savings and sinking funds. But initially, it's just income minus expenses. So first, I'm going to do a mock budget, you guys. First, you just want to have your income. And we're going to say in this example, the person makes about $2,700. And then I would pick a line, and then I'm going to do my expenses. Please feel free. You can always do income 1, income 2, split it up however you get paid. If you get paid once a month, you just put 1 line. If you get paid more than once a month, you put 2 lines, so on and so forth. Expenses, let's just say we have our rent. We'll make the rent, let's say $1,000. We'll giving $100. Do whatever you want. Tithes, giving, do whatever makes you happy. Just make sure it works for your budget. Cell phone would be about $75. Car insurance, and this is as simple as it is. Figuring out what you pay every month. The easiest way to figure out what you pay every month is to look back at about 3 months of credit card statements. See what you charge and figure out what you paid in cash for. But usually most people pay everything through their debit cards if it comes to like their cell phone, their insurance, their cable bill, and things like that. So we're going to say in this case, our car insurance is $125. Electric bill is $100. Yeah, this person's gas bill is $50. Their water bill is, let's say, $30. Their Netflix, if they have it, is, let's say, $20. Because y'all know, for real, these people going out of control with this. Maybe this person has Hulu, which is maybe $15. Y'all, I don't have Hulu. I don't know how much Hulu is. Let's say their cable / internet bill runs them about $90. And they have now then you could separate it out by like having debts and stuff. But I feel like the best way to start with the budget is to list everything under one, all the expenses under one thing. When you get more I don't want to say fancy. When you get more educated on a budget, you can separate things out into expenses and things into debts, things into fixed expenses, as well as variable expenses. Fixed expenses are things that you know are coming in every single month at a fixed set price. Variable expenses are things that can come in every single month, but they vary from month to month how much you get paid, how much you have to pay for them. So for this example, we're going to make this as simple as possible. So we're just going to keep everything together. Excuse me, I don't even separate my varied and fixed expenses because I get confused. So then next we'll say we have credit cards, and we'll say we have $100. And you could definitely separate your credit cards down into multiple ones. Like if you have a Discover, a Visa, you can separate them out. This is just an example though. Let's just say we have student loans, and that's $115. And let's say we have gas, the gas bill. Why? No, I'm sorry. Gas is not the gas bill. Gas would be, now we're going to things that could be like varied, which is like your gas, groceries, allowance. Usually what I do is do them as cash envelopes because those are envelopes where I tend to overspend. Maybe not gas, but groceries and allowance, I will overspend, and shopping. So I will give myself cash. But on here, you still need to budget out for whatever you are giving yourself in cash because you need to know where all your cash goes. I don't think I mentioned it, but I am a zero-based budgeter. So all of this basic example is going to be showing you how I would budget if I made this much. And if these are my numbers, how I'd budget down to zero. So we're saying we spend $80. This is a monthly budget as well. On gas, groceries, let's say we spend $200 on that. Allowance, let's say we're giving ourselves $120. Eating out, we're giving ourselves $100. Toiletries, what? We're gonna give ourselves $80. All right, and I'm gonna fix this because it does not say eating out. It does say eating out, it says wrong. So you could have a multitude of different things. Like you can have childcare, you can have a different cash envelopes for all these people. All I'm saying is add them all in. Everything that you pay for that comes out of your budget every month, add it in under your expenses so you know how much you're spending. So let's say this is all I have for now. What I would want is my next column would be expense total, right? So then I would want, this is where a formula comes in, but it's an easy formula. You just go to the functions key and you go to sum. Let me move my head. You go to this functions key, you'd hit sum, and then you would select all of the ones that you want to add together. So you want all your expenses because you're getting your expense total, and then you hit tab. So you have $2,300 in expenses, right? Okay, cool. Now, what we want to do is, for me, I want to figure out what I have left, because at this point, you have not saved any money, right? You've just put away money for your expenses minus what you have coming in. But after you figure that out, you want to figure out if you have any money left for these cash envelopes, sinking funds, and savings. And in my book, you always should save money for yourself first, because when all these people leave and all these people are knocking on your door, if you're only going to have you to depend on. Okay, so we're going to do remaining balance here. And so the formula for your remaining balance, if you want to make a cell wider, you go in between with your mouse and you double click and it'll lengthen to the longest line. So remaining balance, to make a general formula in Google Sheets, you use the equal sign and then you do whatever you want. So if you want to add something to plus something, or you want to add a column minus a column, you just start with equals and then you kind of make your formula from there. So for instance, we know we want to know what's left. In order to figure out what's left, we need to know how much we spent in expenses, how much we made minus the expenses. So we want to do equals income minus our total expenses. And we hit tab. So we have $400 left, which makes sense. $2,300 minus $2,700 is $400. Since we have $400 left, we now can figure out what we want to do, whether we want to do savings or if we want to do sinking funds. Sinking funds, we'll go over in another video. It's really easy. It's like another savings account, except you're saving to something you know that's actually going to happen. So savings, we'll put $300 in savings, and then we'll put $100 to our sinking funds. That's an example, right? You're more than welcome to do whatever you want to do with this. Your savings could include your IRA. You could be saving towards a goal. You could be saving towards your emergency fund. You can do whatever you want with this extra money. That's what you have left after you have allocated for all your expenses. Now, when you do this again, actually, let's go ahead and cut these here. And actually, no, let's not do that. Let me go ahead and insert a line below and another line because I want another side. So I didn't tell you how to do that. Click on a row, right click, and go insert below or above. I want it underneath, so I'm inserting below. And then what I'm going to do is select these items, right click again, and I want to cut them because I'm trying to move them. Point your pointer where you want to add them. You can either hit Control V or you can right click again and hit paste. Okay. So now the only thing you want to do is make sure as you can see, your expense total did not update. Your expense total, if you can see in this formula, only goes to B22, but you want your expense total to go to B24. So now in this at sum, you can either just go up here and change this to 24, or you could have just dragged it down. You see how it automatically went? And then you hit tab. So now you have your expense total is $2,700 is equal to your income, which leaves you with a zero remaining balance. And that's basically, you guys, how to do a zero-based budget. Now, me being me, and I'll just do it real quick. I'll make it kind of pretty. I would do something like this is my February budget, right? And then I would select all 3 rows, and then I would go to this tool here, which is merge. And if you click it, it'll make it one cell. And then I go to this tool here, which is the horizontal align, and I make it a center alignment. I will make it B for bold. And I sometimes make it a little bigger so that it stands out. So I'd make it like a 14, okay? Did I make it a 14? Yes. And so now for me, if I had something like this, I would probably like highlight these all in a color, nothing too dark. And then I would take the headings and the totals for the headings, make them bold, and I would probably underline them. Where is underline? Really? Is underline not a thing here? That can't be right. Maybe you can't underline. That seems weird. You guys, that was weird. Anyway, if I don't know why underline is not on my little thing here, but if you just select all of these and you go to format, there is the underline. Or you could just hit Control U. And then I would do the word expenses bold. I would make my expense total bold. And I would underline the 8 as well, Control U. Remaining balance, bold. I actually don't like that underline. I actually now see I'm weird. So I wouldn't want the underline. What I would want is like a whole thing coming across. So I would go to my borders and I would choose an under border, like an under border, the bottom border. Wow. And then I would format. I don't want this underline anymore. And I would check underline to get rid of it. And I would do the same thing with expenses. I would want a bottom border instead. And like I said, you just play around. You can have bottom borders. You can add a top border. You can add all around borders. For this particular simple budget, this is just what I think looks nicest. No, cancel. I don't want to merge. I just want a top border and a bottom border. And no underline. Format, no underline. And the same thing for this, top border and a bottom border. Okay, so it looks like this. It looks like a nice little, it's nothing crazy. It doesn't look outrageous. I might make these a little bit bigger, like an 11, so they stand out a little bit. But honestly, you could play around with this, you guys, and do whatever you like. You could play with your colors, but overall, it's really easy. Once you know how to use pretty much the at sum function, as well as knowing that a formula is just created by equal or plus or minus what you want to do, or subtraction or division, then usually you're okay. If you have a question on something else you want me to do, let me know down in the comments. If there's a specific formula you want me to show you, or I can show you personally, definitely let me know. I'll be glad to help you with your spreadsheets. Y'all know I love a spreadsheet, and I'm super anal about things. Like I'm like, I know that's the right color and things like that. Me personally, I probably would cut this and move this over, just so it's kind of centered under. No, I don't like that. And if you want to change anything, just hit the little undo button. That's what I want. February budget to be over there and centered. So I didn't want it across 3. But that's it, you guys. That's pretty much how you would do a plain and simple budget. And like I said, you just make it bigger. You can make it more. You can add more borders. You can add more colors. Do whatever makes it easier for you. But literally, once you have those basic at sum functions, and some functions are already created for you. Like sum, average, count, max, min, erase, all that is there. Any fill-in, if you want to do any fill-ins, if you want to do any text change or color changing, if you want to do bold, italicize, if you want to make anything bigger, you use this. And that pretty much is it, you guys. Let me know if that was helpful. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I hear it helps the algorithm. And if you did like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Remember, guys, in order to be great, you have to be grateful. And I'm super grateful for you. Faith over fear this year, y'all. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.